Open your mouth right now and run your tongue across your teeth. Feel that smooth filling, or that dull ache in the back molar, or that spot your dentist keeps warning you about. Now imagine a human being who lived 20,000 years ago, who never once owned a toothbrush, never saw a dentist, never used toothpaste, and yet had a full set of nearly perfect teeth. That is not a guess. That is what the evidence actually shows. If they had none of our modern tools, why did they have so much less decay than we do today? Researchers find cavity rates below 2%. Archaeologists have spent decades digging up skulls from hunter-gatherer societies. The first real clue comes from a site in Morocco known as Grotte des Pigeons. Researchers examined the teeth of hunter-gatherers who lived around 15,000 years ago. Their diet leaned heavily on wild plants, nuts, and lean game. Their teeth showed heavy wear from all that chewing on tough, fibrous food, but very little actual decay. Worn down, yes. Rotten? No. Then agriculture happened. Around 10,000 years ago, as humans began cultivating grains, something shifted inside their mouths. Skeletons from early farming communities show a sharp jump in cavities compared to their hunter-gatherer ancestors. Grains break down into sugars. Sugars feed bacteria. Bacteria produce acid. Acid eats enamel. A diet built around wild roots and meat did not feed that bacterial cycle the way bread and porridge did. Ancient writers noticed dental problems too, even without understanding the cause. Egyptian medical texts, including sections of the Ebers Papyrus, describe remedies for tooth pain and gum disease. The Greek physician Hippocrates wrote about loose teeth and toothaches as part of his broader medical observations. It simply was not universal. Sugarcane plantations expanded across the Americas. The global sugar trade beginning in the 16th and 17th centuries, sugar shifted from a luxury item to an everyday commodity. Dental historians studying skeletal remains from this period find cavity rates climbing sharply alongside it. By the 19th and 20th centuries, industrial food production made refined sugar available constantly in nearly everything all day long. Modern humans bathe their teeth in it dozens of times a day, in coffee, bread, sauces, snacks, and drinks. There is a mechanical piece to this story too. Ancient diets were tough, and that chewing itself played a protective role. Heavy chewing stimulates saliva, and saliva neutralizes acid, washes away food particles. Modern processed food barely requires any chewing at all. Less chewing means less saliva. Less saliva means weaker natural defense. Jaw structure tells a similar story. Ancient skulls consistently show larger, more robust jaws, with enough room for teeth to grow and fully aligned. Modern jaws, shaped by generations of soft, processed food, tend to be smaller and more crowded. Wide, ancient jaw versus narrow, crowded, modern jaw. Larger, more robust jaws, smaller and more crowded, creating tight spaces where bacteria hide easily. Bacteria hiding in the crowded spaces, ancient mouths simply gave bacteria fewer places to hide. None of this means ancient life was a dental paradise. Without modern tools, an infected tooth could become a fatal emergency. Tooth loss from wear or trauma was common, and abscesses had no real treatment. Modern dentistry has solved a genuine ancient danger. Modern dentistry solved this the bacteria most responsible for cavities, primarily Streptococcus mutans, thrive specifically on the fermentable sugars found in refined carbohydrates. The frequency of sugar exposure predicts cavities more strongly than almost any other factor, including how often someone brushes. Brushing doesn't matter as much as you'd think. Every exposure resets the acid attack on enamel. Frequency matters more no matter how many times a toothbrush touches your teeth afterward. The filling that results anyway ending up in the dentist's chair, despite brushing, that reframes the whole picture. Ancient humans were not dental superheroes with some biological advantage we lost. No special product gave them an advantage, just an ordinary, confident ancient human. Their teeth simply were never exposed to the constant sugar bombardment that defines a typical modern day. Snack versus fruit. The sugar difference. Take away refined sugar, and the human mouth, on its own, does a remarkably good job of defending itself. Saliva forming a natural protective shield. Take away refined sugar, remember sugar, everywhere, all day. So the next time you sit in a dentist's chair, The problem is not that your teeth are somehow worse. Roots, nuts, wild plants a wider, sturdier ancient jaw, examining ancient teeth. Bacteria feeding on sugar-tough food, heavy, chewing saliva washing over teeth. Wheat, bread, farming shelves full of sugar coffee cup, sugar packet acid hitting enamel, again and again a full day of snacking. Remember, the problem is not that your teeth are somehow worse than your ancestors' teeth. Structurally, they are built the same way, same biology. The difference is what we put through them all day, every day. The protective glow returns once sugar is gone for our entire lives. Back in that chair, this time at ease looking directly at the viewer, thoughtful ancient humans did not have toothpaste. Day after day, it adds up. They did not need it nearly as much. Built the same way toothbrush and toothpaste crossed out by a sugar cube sitting on a bench, reflecting on all of this smiling, the shine of healthy teeth. We invented the cure long after we invented the disease.